lang natin, sino nga ba ang magbabakbakan para sa pwestuhan? Nakataya, isang automatic semi-final seat na gustong kunin. Tina Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Ayan din ang minimiti ni na Big Game James Yap. It is the Manila Clasico. Big Game James Yap kontra Mark the Spark Kagiwa. B-MEG Llamados kontra Barangay Ginebra. Pwesto sa semis ang nakataya.
Right now, Magu, when you look at these two teams, they don't want to go through the quarterfinals kasi maiksi ang quarterfinals. Pwede ka matiso dyan at hindi ka pa makaabot ng finals. You make it to the semifinals, you are just one step away from making it to the finals.
Garantisado ka, 5 laro, at least 3 games sa best of 5 na yon. Silipin na natin kung saan nga ba pumepwesto ang lahat ng koponan dito sa Commissioner's Cup, or at least yung mga natirang buhay pa. Meralco, sa pagkapanalo nila kanina, ang makakatapat na matatalo dito.
Well, you know, the weird thing about this is, itong laban na to ng B-MEG kontra Barangay Ginebra, the winner goes on to face Meralco, and the winner of that series goes on to face kung sino mananalo ngayon. So, itong labanan na to, parang lalabas parang baka best of 6.
Oo. Parang ganun ang kalalabasan, ano? Pero ang maganda doon, at least 1 week off at makakapag-prepare ka into the semifinals. Kaya aasa na naman itong magkabilang koponan sa mga muka ng kanilang mga prangkisa. And that is none other than Mark the Spark Kagiwa para sa Barangay Ginebra at si Big Game James Yap naman para sa B-MEG Llamados.
Throughout the years of this rivalry, those main faces have changed. But the faces right now para sa dalawang koponan has to be Mark Kagiwa and James Yap. From that position of that off-guard spot, both have had their success. James Yap has had his championships and his MVPs. Mark Kagiwa has had his championships. Nung first meeting nila, makikita natin mas maganda ang scoring ni James Yap. And also, even for the conference, mag-iiba naman yan. Dahil si Mark Kagiwa, ang tinti na pinapakita na yung konferensya nito. On the other hand, James Yap, not a typical James Yap scoring conference so far.
Isa pang tututukan natin magiging bakbakan ng mga higante. Siyempre, yung mga import, Jackson Broman, Denzel Bowles, sangkakampihan na.
Well, right now, ito sa mga imports naman, Jackson Broman, in his very first play date, ito si Jackson Broman, maganda kaagad ang pinakita niya. And it has been that way para dito sa kanyang koponan. He's more of a guy na dinadala lahat sa laro. Meron siyang scoring, may rebounding, meron siyang assist. Ganyan din nangyari nung kanilang first meeting. A very all-around game. But on the other hand, Denzel Bowles, more of a scorer and more of a rebounder. Assist-wise, hindi mo siya aasahan. Pero yung kanyang pagdating dyan sa B-MEG, naging kompleto itong B-MEG Llamados.
As the starters are being introduced dito sa loob ng Cuneta Astrodome, semis ang premyo ng ating Manila Clasico. Laban ng sapula sa puti, Barangay Ginebra and their fighting red. Nakaputi naman ang B-MEG Llamados. And it is going to be Willie Wilson together with Mike Cortez, Rudy Hatfield, Mark Kagiwa, and Jackson Broman going up against Urbistondo, Simon, Denzel Bowles, James Yap, and Rafi Rivas. Biglang ang laki tignan ng lineup ng Llamados rito.
You know, if you put Rafi Rivas, well, it only looks big until the power forward spot, but there is a big difference in size when you go to the small forward because either PJ Simon or James Yap is going to have to play that position.
And the red shirts of Ginebra get first crack at the basket. Broman may tangan ng bola, ataking gagad itong si Rivas. Yan ang assignment ni Rafi all night long. Wilson with the leather. Barangay Ginebra is having a little bit of trouble. Kagiwa, huli ni Bowles. Simon over to Urbistondo. 30 segundo pa lang ang lumilipas dito sa ating laro. Bowles, hinahanap sana si Rivas. Butas ang kamay dun sa salo na yun.
Well, it looks like Rudy Hatfield is going to be guarding Denzel Bowles. Height-wise, ang laki ng diferensya nung dalawa. And Rudy Hatfield is going to have to use yung kanyang lakas para matulak ito si Bowles sa labas. Cortez
scoops it over to Broman. Wala pa rin makabutas dito sa ating Manila Clasico. Urbistondo leagues out. Pero napantayan ni Kagiwa. Fade away doesn't work. Broman clears it for Barangay Ginebra. Hatfield looking to take it strong over to Wilson. Nakita si Cortez. And the Cool Cat scores the first 2 points of this game.
A good ball movement para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. And you see, ito si Willie Wilson with a good pass to find Mike Cortez.
How about Mike Cortez? Ibang klase nilalaro nito as of late as James Yap gets the leather on the run. Tabla ang ating labanan.
Speaking of nice passes, that time around it was Denzel Bowles, just a simple backcut on the part of James Yap to get him free. A nice start para kay James Yap because you want to start off with a nice layup to get you relaxed in a type of game like this.
Cortez with a miss. Battle for the rebound. Bowles gets it over to Urbistondo. Nice crossover on the part of Josh. Kicks it back out. Yap against Wilson. Pull-up jumper. James comes up short. Willie Wilson, how many times have we seen this guarding the two-guard spot? And ito, successful siya so far doon sa sequence na yun.
Are you asking me how many times? We haven't seen it quite often. Playing that na binabantayan niya ang mas maliit sa kanya. Mas nasasanay tayo kung nakikita natin si Willie Wilson binabantayan niya. Mas malaki sa kanya. Different opponent for him right now, having to score, having to defend a score from the wing. But in essence, makikita mo to si Willie Wilson. Kung sino magaling score sa kabila, kaya niyang bantayan.
Very versatile yung defensive skills ni Willie Wilson. Pero this time around, ginawa siyang kasintahan ni James Yap.
Just a nice jab step to create space between him and Willie Wilson. You have to know if you're James Yap, Wilson is respecting your speed. If you give a jab step, aatras siya na malayo-layo.
Kagiwa in trouble. Here come the B-MEG Llamados. Urbistondo scoots in. That should count. Tumalpok na sa board bago naabuta tayo ni Broman. 6-2, B-MEG off to a hot start. At pag si Kagiwa nagtatawid ng bola, ginagambala siya ni Simon. Pag si Cortez, binibigyan ng espasyo ng bahagya neto ni Urbistondo. Kagiwa attacking the lane, puts it up and out, pero merong foul.
Very aggressive start of part of Mike Kagiwa, and he is attacking yung depensa ni PJ Simon. Remember, PJ Simon, just a few weeks back, itong dalawang team na to naglaban in what was, in essence, a very important game for both teams because doon nga natin nakikita kung sino yung nagiging llamado papasok into that opportunity for the semifinals. And speaking of that game, PJ Simon was actually the best player because he had one of his hotter shooting games against Barangay Ginebra.
109-93 yung naging final score doon sa pagkikita itong Barangay Ginebra at B-MEG sa elimination round. Rivas over to James Yap. He's got 4 so far. Back to Rivas. Two-man game. James for a 3. Rather, stepping on the line.
So far, that experiment of having Willie Wilson guard James Yap not really reaping the success that itong Barangay Ginebra had hoped.
Roman spinning away. No good. PJ Simon on the run. The scoring apostle. Nice stop. Fly-by move. Great stopping power. And etong B-MEG. Lamang na naman ang 6 dito. 10-4.
Basketball for me is fun. It's not life, because there's way much more in life than basketball, but it's fun. I guess a lot of people don't know I'm the oldest of 5. I'm big brother away from home right now, kind of out here doing my thing, and just with the support of my family back in the States. Oh, it's great. You know, we're friends off the court. That makes it a lot easier. And anytime you feel like you're coming into your workplace and having fun with friends, it makes it that much more fun. And it's never a really stressful day. You know, it's a good group of guys, so it makes work easy. All the fans out there, we hope to have your continued support, and we appreciate everything you guys done for us. If you guys weren't there, this league wouldn't be happening. Thank you.
He will bring his A-game for the Gin Kings habang ito namang si James Yap hindi magpapa-apekto sa 6-man ng Ginebra at pagtapak din dito sa court, wala nang pag-alala ng injuries o kung anumang negatibo tungkol sa kanyang bad performance dati. And correction lang po, ang kanyang injury ay hindi po right sprain, ito po ay naipit na tendon sa kanyang kanang paa. Balik sa inyo, Magu, Jason.
10-4 ang nasa ating talaan. B-MEG Abante ng 6 kontra dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Napuwersa itong si Coach Shot Duncanson into an early timeout. They go to the post. Hatfield kicks it back out. Roman on the move. Loses the leather. Mapupunta na naman sa Llamados ang bola.
One of the things that both teams actually does well is play good defense. When you look at the amount of points that they give up, they are number 1 and 2, the stingiest in the league so far, as Jackson Roman trying to show off yung depensa na pinag-uusapan natin. And so far, when you look at these two teams that are good in defense, yung B-MEG ngayon ang nagpapakita kung gaano katindi sila sa depensa, because Barangay Ginebra has already given up 10 points in less than 4 minutes.
Rivas makes that first free throw. Dylan Ababu pinasok na dito ni Coach Shot para kay Willie Wilson. Malamang sa malamang si James Yap ang magiging assignment niyan.
And it does two things, Magu. You also add a guy that is a bigger threat offensively than Willie Wilson. A guy that can spread the floor. Pero nakikita natin kanina yung depensa ng B-MEG, napakaliit kasi hindi lang nire-respeto masyado yung mga tumitira sa labas para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Orbistondo with a swipe. Orbistondo all the way down the lane. Basa nga lang niya, basang-basa ng Barangay Ginebra. Roman on the run kontra kay Rivas. Roman moving to the right. What a move for Jackson Roman.
Tsaka tsinaga niya, hindi siya nagmadala. Nung lumapit na siya sa basket, he turned his back and knew that he was so much bigger than Rafi Rivas.
Eto na, James Yap kontra Ababu. Doon sa kabilang dulo, Pomokol no long two, no good. Rebound battle, Roman ends up with it. Kagiwa to Cortez, tumatakbo ang Barangay Ginebra. The Cool Cat finishing with a left. Puta tayo na bohot.
What an effort, Denzel Bowles. Ang layo pa ni Denzel Bowles para doon sa layup na yon. He's not even in the picture, but this one flushes it out.
All the way into the third row. Barangay Ginebra on the attack. Off a sideline inbound. Kagiwa na Muersa. Rivas with the board. 5 minuto lumilipas. Dito sa second game ng inyong PBA Friday, James with Hatfield switching on him. Kahit sino yata lagay mo, walang makakapigil dito. 8 puntos na para kay Big Game.
Remember the first 2 points that James Yap said, it was a good start for him because first off, he did in this game nakakuha siya ng rebound. Pagkatapos nun, layup. And since then, has added 6 more points. He is in this game. Can't say the same para kay Mark Kagiwa. Para kay Mark Kagiwa, nakita natin yung mga tira niya so far sa simula ng laro na to, mga pilit.
Urbistondo kontra Kagiwa. Barangay Ginebra dropping down to a zone. Or now switching to man-to-man rather. Rivas over to James. Dalawa sumalubong. Nakita si Simon for a 3. PJ don't go. Cortez to Roman on the run. Nakita pa si Ababu.
Benefit of having your center run the floor. You have a guy that's about 6'10", running yung gitna ng court. Talagang lahat ng mga player ng kalaban didikit dyan. And a nice pass on the part of Broman.
Ito si Broman averages 5 assists per contest at nung huling laro nga nila sa kontra rin dito sa B-MEG, naka-8 assisto. Talagang ang ganda rin ng pag may court vision na ganyang kalaki, dumadali ang basketball.
Yes, and the guy that's willing to share the basketball, his basketball IQ is also up there. Dahil nakikita niya kung ano yung mga available, ano yung mga pasa na kailangan ibigay.
Cortez. Namili na bigni, nakawan ni Orbistondo, but Broman picks it up. 10 to shoot. The Cool Cat behind the back pass doesn't work. At mapupunta sa B-MEG ang bola.
Too cute there, Mike Cortez. Mike has actually been playing well, but a couple of turnovers already sa laban na to.
5 pa rin ang abante rito ng B-MEG Llamados coming upon 5.5 remaining sa ating first quarter. James kontra Ababu. Nakita si Denzel Bowles. Hatfield all over him. Bowles inararo. Si H-Bomb. Naki Cortez na bola. Cortez. What a move for the Cool Cat. First 4th point of the game. 13 to 10. B-MEG naibaba sa 3 ang kanilang abante rito. Mapapatawag ng timeout si Coach Tim Cone with 5:15 remaining in quarter number 1.
Buckle up, for this show will take you into full gear. Satisfy your need for speed. Hosted by Mike Potenciano and Lindy Belizer. Speed TV, only here on Bro.
At pinagkikwentuhan nga natin, Jason, na etong si Kulkat Mike Cortez, mula nung huling nakatapat ang B-MEG, paganda lang ng paganda ang nagiging numero niya sa kanilang mga panalo.
So yun, look at the output. Against B-MEG, 2 points, 11, 12, 18. Kumbaga sa stock market, maganda bumili ngayon ng stock ni Mike Cortez.
And for more on the Kulkat, punta ulit tayo kay Sel Guevara.
Alam mo, Magwang, isang player mainis nga naman kapag di nakakalaro. Pero nung last conference, Mike Cortez earned his playing minutes to listen to every bit of their former skills coach, Joe Ward's advice. Kahit nga physical conditioning ang ginawa sa kanya, he considers it more of a mental conditioning para magkakumpiyansa at lalo pang ganahan na galingan balik sa inyo.
Pero Sel, etong si Mike Cortez, nakiki-workout pa rin dun kay Joe Ward dun sa Lasal naman, after practice sa Ginebra?
Yes, that's right. Alam mo ba, mula sa kanilang practice, dumadayo pa siya ng De La Salle CAF to work on their basics, ang kanyang stance, ang kanyang balanse at lahat. At dun siya tinututukan ni Joe Ward. Balik sa inyo.
Extra effort. Pag sa Lasal ka dadalaw, okay lang.
If you're doing something outside of what is being asked from you by the team, and you're able to play well, that is a great reward. Baka iniisip, yung Joe Ward na yan, hindi ho yan yung dati naglaro para sa Barangay Ginebra. That is a skills coach na dinala dito. He's actually also working with La Salle right now. And even, I actually know Joe Ward, and he was actually saying, ito si Mike Cortez, minsan pag masama yung laro, nag-uusap sila, and discussing kung ano yung kailangan ayusin doon sa laro niya.
Nagka-textmate sila, gano'n.
Nag-uusap nga
Nag-uusap. Phone pal. Pero maliwanag hindi po yun si Joe Ward.
Si Jumpin' Joe Ward.
Joe Wardski rin tawag kay Jumpin' Joe Ward. Diba? Alala mo yun. 14 ang nasa ating talaan. B-MEG abante ng 4. Froman against Rivas. That's been the matchup from the opening tip. Hatfield from the outside. Nako, airball. Ababu looking to keep it alive pero nasalba niya sa maling mama. Urbistondo to Simon. Stop and pop from the elbow. PJ delivers.
Different day, different game day. Same problem para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. B-MEG and their guards continue to score. Dito sa ating laro na to already, almost all the points except for 1 point out of the 16 nanggaling doon sa mga gwardya ng B-MEG.
Cortez, nakita sila Bagala. Left corner pocket three is good. For the pride of Talisay, Cebu. Kapapasok lamang, nagparamdam kagad.
Itong sila Bagala will have to play a major role depending on how the availability of itong si JJ Helterbrand.
JJ has missed the last 2 Barangay Ginebra games. Mukhang magiging pangatlo nga sa gabing to. Ganun din naman para dito sa B-MEG. Joe Devance has been out para sa kanila. As Rivas gets clobbered underneath. Foul on Rudy Hatfield.
Denzel Bowles also doing the right thing there. Pagkakatake niya, nakikita niya, tumutulog si Jackson Broman. Sino ba yung tao ni Jackson Broman? Si Rafi Rivas. So when he attacks, he's looking for Rafi Rivas. First time out, it was a turnover. This time around, the ball gets into the hands of Rafi Rivas.
As we remind everybody na football fever na naman ang mararamdaman natin sa Bundesliga dahil magtatapat ang Nuremberg kontra Bayern Munich. Alas 5 po ng hapon yan sa Lunes. Dito lang sa Active. Mintis pareho para dito kay Rivas, but it is kept alive by James Yap. I-reset ng B-MEG ang kanilang atake rito. Up by 3 pa rin sila. 16-13. Simon on the move. Iiwan sana para kay Bowles. Napunta kay Urbistondo. 3-pointer on the way. It's good for the fireball.
Doesn't matter if it's challenged. Ito si Josh Urbistondo has earned his minutes from that point guard spot. One of the reasons is he's able to open up that offense because of his 3-point shooting.
Balik sa ani mga bante ng Llamados. 19-13. Roman at the post kontra kay Rivas. Roman scoops it over. Enrico with a jump hook. Wala nga lang yung kanyang tira. James Yap recovers. Simon leading the way. Bepreno pupukol. PJ Simon once again. Long 2 for his 6th point of the contest.
And again, it's the guards. The first time that they met this conference, yung mga gwardya were the only players outside the import of B-MEG that scored in double digits. Today, ayan na naman, PJ Simon, James Yap, as well as Joshua Bistondo.
Roman picks up his own miss, gets the basket, may kasama pang foul.
Para naman sa Barangay Ginebra, when you look at this squad, what is the good thing that they do with their offense or the way they play basketball? It is getting rebounds. They get a ton of rebounds because of guys like Jackson Broman.
Roman nagmintiskala sa bonus. Ababu with a follow.
And all those points, magunang galing mula sa offensive rebound. Yung tira na muna ni Jackson Broman that got a foul, and that basket on the part of Dylan Ababu.
21-17, baba sa 4 ang inahabol ng Gin Kings. Wala nang 2 kalahati natitira sa ating opening quarter. Villanueva slaps it away from Bowles as Pingris has made his way into this game. Knockout play sana, pero basang-basa ni Rob Labagala. Inbound ulit from the baseline. Simon kontra Agiwa. Tignan natin kung maganda yung short rest para dito kay Marcos Park Agiwa. As they leave B-MEG with 2 to shoot. JC Intal with a miss. Labagala tracks it down. 2-minute warning ng ating first quarter. Labagala looking for MC47. Hindi rumol si Broman. Pasa ni Kagiwa natapik. Intal on the run kontra dito kay Ababu. Ang bilis ng depensa ng Ginebra. Ay muna na rest back etong llamado. Pingris. Hinihingi ni Intal do sa poste kontra kay Ababu. The Rocket scoops it over. Bowles in the lane is fouled.
Pushing foul number 14, Rico Villanueva. His first 14 foul for the Kings. The shot stands for Bulls.
Rico Villanueva starting to earn his minutes. In the last game, that was the first time na nakita natin that he actually played extended minutes. And right now, when nangyari pa dito sa laro na to, he was the first big man off the bench para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Oh, surprise, surprise. Joe Devans available tonight.
Joe Devans ipinasok na dito ni Coach Timco na averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists here in the Commissioner's Cup for missing the last couple of games. 23-17. B-MEG abante ng 6.
Nice pass. Nice block, Mark Pingris.
Nice recovery nga galing dito kay Pingris. Sinayang niya yung pasa doon ni Jackson Broman. Bowles against Broman. All the way out in the perimeter. Pull-up jumper. Bowles no good. Rebound. Labagala taken away by Joshua Bistondo. Pupukol ng 3. No good para dito kay Josh Pingris. Nakapulot ng foul.
Here's the thing right now para dito sa dalawang koponan na to. In almost every position, B-MEG is bigger than Barangay Ginebra. We talked about how Ginebra is a very good rebounding team. But right now, ngayon na nagkakapalit na ng tao, you look at the size that B-MEG has. You have PJ Simon, or rather JC Intal, playing the 2 spot, tapos meron kang Joe Devans playing the 3 spot. So ang lalaki ng mga player nila.
Paalala muna natin nakontrahan na sa pagitan ng Barcelona at Athletic Balboa sa La Liga. Sa Lunes din yan, alas 8 ng gabi. Siyempre dito pa rin sa Active. So back to back, o Bilbao rather, Athletic Bilbao. Balboa si Rocky pala.
Rocky yun eh. Muntik naman knockout ang Barcelona dahil sa iyo eh.
Naparod ko na isang gabi. 25-17. B-MEG Abantes. Labagala has it rejected by Yancy De Ocampo. Lahat ng inuhugot ni Coach Timco. Napakaganda ng nagiging contribution dito. 3-pointer on the way. Intal no good. Pingris keeps it alive.
And again, the second unit of theirs better when it comes to rebounding. Mark Pingris getting another offensive rebound. Credit B-MEG. Entire game so far, ang sikip sa ilalim.
Intal. Sobra yung kanyang tira. Look at Yancy De Ocampo. Nabibi nga lang, kanya pa rin yung pangatlong subok. Yancy will get it over to Mark Baroka. Yancy pa rin. Fourth serving. Yancy on the 5th try. Wala pa rin. Joe Devans pang-6. Pang-7. Galing kay Intal. Ano ba naman yan?
I cannot emphasize it enough. This second unit of B-MEG outplaying Barangay Ginebra, the top rebounding team this quarter. Pagdating nga sa pagkuha ng bola, parang tinatapon na lang yung bola sa board, pero sa kanila pa rin. Using the size, not enough guys getting rebounds there para dito sa Barangay Ginebra.
Kirby Raimundo checking into the game for the first time para kay Jackson Vroman. Mapupunta pa sa Ginebra ang bola with 9.6 remaining in the first quarter. Intal goes 2 for 2 at ganun-ganun lang. Naging 10 na ang abante ng Llamados. 27-17.
Caguio's got to go right away because there's going to be a foul right there. There's going to be another one after that.
Oo, 2 fouls to give pa sa pagkakataong yan. Etong B-MEG ngayon, isa na lang. 5.5 remaining. They go to Enrico at the post. Enrico lumipad. Butat na ni Pingris! Baroka with a chance for Hail Mary. Hindi na aabot yun. What a block party by the B-MEG Llamados to sit on a 10-point lead kontra Barangay Ginebra.
We talked about how both teams napakagaling ng depensahan. Pinapakita niyan ng B-MEG Llamados. Pero don't forget about the guards of B-MEG.
EJ Simon, 6 and 2 already in the first 12 minutes of action. Ang B-MEG Llamados looking good. Pinakamalaking abante na laro ito, 10, 27-17.
Craving for speed? Hungry for that adrenaline rush? Well, this one's for you. Racing Line, your pit stop for the latest happenings and events in the racing scene. Racing Line, only here on Bro. Buckle up, for this show will take you into full gear. Satisfy your need for speed. Hosted by Mike Potenciano and Lindy Belizer. Speed TV, only here on Bro.
Bubuksan na natin ang second quarter action, 27-17. Etong B-MEG Llamados abante kontra Barangay Ginebra in the battle for the automatic semi-final seat na makakasama ng Talk and Text dito sa loob ng Cuneta Astrodome. Manila Clasico ang nakikita natin dito, lalong-lalo na yung depensang pinapakita ng B-MEG Llamados. It's been a block party so far. Every single Llamado that has been sent to the floor overextending themselves for their cause. Yancy jump hook to open the second mintis. Yancy pa rin, wala pa rin. Makakasama niya sa seg etong sina Pingris, Intal, Devans, and Baroka. Napakalaking lineup yan para sa Llamados. Pinapatean sina Raimundo, Cortez, Mamaril, Ababu, and Caguioa. Nowhere to go is our Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. Devans will lead the attack. They go to Baroka, back to JDB. At nakahiga na doon si Devans na kanina na ang bola nasa Barangay Ginebra. Cortez almost lost it. Caguioa looking to establish some semblance of order, and he buries a three to open the scoring here in quarter number 2. Gandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Mag-umarjan kasama si Jason Webb with Sel Guevara patrolling the sidelines. Ang inyong trio para dito sa ating Manila Classic o JDB ng days. Mamaril for the board. Both imports on the bench para sa magkabilang kagunan.
I don't know, I like that matchup. Billy Mamaril against Yancy De Ocampo. There's something about it that I like.
Ababu out to Cortez for a three. Bang! 5 consecutive points para sa Gin Kings, cuts this deficit to only 4.
Good start para sa Barangay Ginebra coming out of that time, out of that quarter break.
Make that 6 unanswered points, back-to-back threes nga pala yun. Intal kontra Ababu. Yancy from 14. Just shooting over his defenders.
And to si Yancy, iba yung kumpiyansa pinapakita niya ever since naglaro siya dito sa B-MEG. Parang nakahanap siya ng home para sa sarili niya.
Caguioa Naipit ng dalawa and he is whistled for steps. Bumagsak na siya bago niya maipasa as we send it over to Cell with this report on Barangay Ginebra.
Alam mo, Ginebra coach shot ng Kinsen, wants his players to fight for the lead. Pero ang paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi sa huddle, fight for the rebounds para habang maaga pa lang, makabawi na ang Gin Kings. Balik sa inyo, Magu.
Yeah, rebounding, nagiging problema netong Gin Kings.
It was highlighted by that play that nakita natin kanina to close that first quarter. In the end, there's actually 9 offensive rebounds that nakuha ng B-MEG and only 3 para dito sa Barangay Ginebra.
Hindi yung 6 dun sa siyam na yun, dun sa iisang sequence. Di ba? 7 tries eh. Cortez down low to Raimundo. Raimundo looking to get away from Bowles. Tata, inabot niya rito. Cortez diving for it. At nakakuha siya ng timeout bago siya matay up ni Pingris.
And again, Mike Cortez, we talked about how his stock is rising because he's playing so well. Another heady play para sa point guard ng Barangay Ginebra.
See ya later!
Angas ng wheels.
Come with me, let's take a look at the hottest and pinakasig ng mga 4-1 ng cars.
Bilis ng takbo.
They understand what it takes in racing.
Lakas ng makina.
We believe that karting is very important in a racing career.
Pati kami napapreno.
You are watching Stoplight TV.
Stoplight TV. Bro, ang lakas ng dating mo.
29-23, B-MEG keeping Barangay Ginebra at bay. Wala pa naman 3 minuto lumilipas sa ating second quarter. Mike Cortez forced into an early timeout nung pilit niya sinalba yung bola. He was successful. So Barangay Ginebra will have possession with only 7 seconds to shoot.
That's a lot of time to set up a play para dito sa Ginebra. They want to continue yung magandang simula nila dito sa quarter na to.
Kagiwa off the catch and shoot, no go. Canaleta tracks it down. Bagong pasok para sa Barangay Ginebra. Cortez to Kagiwa. Pomokol na huli ni Denzel Bowles. Pangalawa na ni Bowles yan kay Mark the Spark. And here comes Joe Devance. Gets it over to Intalo on the right. And JC goes glass.
You see the changes para dito sa B-MEG. They felt that there was a run para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. They bring back their import who has been pretty solid underneath and it's been the main guy doon sa anchor nung depensa na nakikita natin sa kanila.
Balik sa 8 ang abante rito ng B-MEG Llamados. It was at a high of 10. Hindi kanina lamang. And that was actually the end of the first quarter.
And it's also the end of the Yancy De Ocampo, Billy Mamaril matchup that I expected a lot from.
Nalungkot bigla. Nakasimangot si J-Web. Mark Kagiwa attacking Intal. Sinalubong ni Bowles. Nakakatatlo na.
Ang daming supalpal ng B-MEG.
Bowles sa kabilang dulo. Looking to capitalize. Fading away on Roman. Bowles with his own board.
Another rebound.
Monster Bowles. Wala pa rin. This time around, Kirby finally clears it para sa Barangay Ginebra. Roman at Pingris nagbabakbakan sa pwestuhan. Roman looking to make his move. Ping reaching in. Ping bothers it. 10 to shoot para sa Gin Kings. Canaleta picks up his dribble. Fades away.
This guy just might be the X factor in today's game. KG Canaleta made to play a little bit earlier than usual. At naghahanap dito ang Barangay Ginebra ng pwedeng uminit. And you know with KG Canaleta, you can just catch lightning in a bottle.
Baroka over to Denzel. Llamados moving that leather around. 3-pointer on the way. Devance buries it.
Laking bagay na healthy. Ito si Joe Devance. You have a guy that has size and you have a guy that can stretch the floor because of his outside shooting.
Cortez through that Broman pick. Back to Broman. Ako! Pasa niya, dire-diretso sa outside. Pero kaya naman pala natapik ng isa sa mga nakaputi dyan. Cortez from the baseline. Lalabas ito si Canaleta. Nino thinking three, step to the left. Canaleta in and out. Denzel Bowles for the rebound.
He's doing everything right now. Sumusupalpal, nakakakuha ng rebound. Ito si Denzel Bowles. Scoring-wise, hindi pa masyado, pero yung kinakailangan ng B-MEG, nakukuha nila sa kanya.
Bowles against Broman. Tumulong pa si Canaleta. Pareho silang ginawang kasintahan.
First field goal for him. That's his 4th point to go along with 4 rebounds, 4 blocks.
4-4-4.
4-4-4. Fo-fo-fo.
Tagi-tagi sa alas. Sardinas na. 36-25. Nagalit ka na. 11 ang abante rito ng B-MEG Llamados. Raimundo on the move. Reaching from behind galing kay Intal. Sideline inbound lamang yan. Reto na ngayon ang brand new biggest lead of the game. 11 para sa Llamados. At mula nung unang makabasket ang Ginebra, 2-0, aba, it's been all B-MEG from that point on. Cortez against 2. Offensive foul whistled on Jackson Broman. Pangatlo yan para sa kanila.
Wow. That's a big foul. And Jackson Broman very integral here. Lalo ang aga pa ng ating laban. Barangay Ginebra cannot afford na B-MEG lumayo dito.
Baroka no looks it over to Denzel Bowles. Kirby kinilawit ni rebound. 36-25. 11 pa rin ang kailangan punuin dito ng Gin Kings. Roman pasa niya. Tinuhod ni Bowles palabas. Roman from top of the key. Canaleta umiingi. Ganda ng cover sa kanya neto ni James Yap. Canaleta with a pull-up. Roman underneath. Is foul.
Took a while for that whistle to come out. Pero KG Canaleta, bit unlucky. Yung dalawang tira niya. Halfway down, just not going down para sa kanya. In the end, but still struggling to find a nice groove para sa kanilang opensiba.
Simon with the swipe. Ito na si James Yap. Had a splendid first quarter for himself. Pati yan si PJ Simon. Solido rin ang pinakita. James for a 3. Ako, sobra.
Let's see now para sa Barangay Ginebra. Last couple of times Jackson Roman got the ball. It seems that he's a little bit pass happy. He has to be more aggressive right now. Kailangan na ng puntos ng Barangay Ginebra dito.
Raimundo from the outside. Board lang din tinamaan. Parang ginaya yung kay James, ha? Rebound battle na kanino. Puro nakaputi ang nagbabakbakan.
And that's another block para dito sa B-MEG.
Simon making his move. Hindi na nakatanaw yung basket doon. Ito na si James Yap. Naipit. Bowles picks it up. 9 to shoot. Simon going to the baseline on the run. Binura siya ni Jackson Broman. Tatakbo na ang Barangay Ginebra. Canaleta against 3. Held back. Canaleta off the glass. Niluwala.
Again, for KG Canaleta, it's been that type of day. Nandun na, pumapasok na. Niluluwa yung bola.
So with 5:05 remaining in this first half, medyo matagal na napako sa 36-25 ang ating talaan. Pagkakataon ni Canaleta ang basagin niya. Ako, bitin ba yun? As Hatfield checks back in para dito kay Vroman na may tatlo ng personal foul. Rivas also back on the floor.
And it's going to be two contrasting teams on the floor. B-MEG, ang laki-laki ngayon. You have Rafi Rivas, Denzel Bowles playing together. On the other hand, you look at Barangay Ginebra, the biggest player that they have on the floor is Kirby Raimundo.
Ginebra dropping to a 2-3 zone. Aatakihin niya. Neto ni James Yap. Kicks it over. Baroka for 3. Doesn't work. Canaleta for the rebound. Cortez looks up court. Puro nakaputi nakita niya. Bigyan siya ng pick ni Raimundo. Kirby on the catch. Goes cross court. Kagiwa from the outside. Di umubra. Kirby! Wala pa rin.
Grabe, depensa ng B-MEG. You think you have an open layup, pero biglang hahabulin ka ng mga malalaki nila.
Bigla na lang magdidilim eh, no? Raimundo, ayan na naman, up and under. Bowles tumulong. Akala niya nakawala na siya. Meron pang katulong doon sa likod.
But Kirby using his brains that time. Nakikita niya, itong B-MEG, napaka-agresibo ngayon. You use their aggressiveness against them and get fouls because of having that pump fake.
B-MEG now in the penalty. Mintis nga lang yung unang free throw ni Raimundo. Urbistondo checking back in para kay Mark Baroka. Nakikita ko, parang Ginebra wala pang foul, ano? Ito nga B-MEG, nasa penalty na. Just over 4 minutes bago tayo bumalik sa active center with Aaron Renren at ang kanilang special guest na si Dominic Huy. Ay, baliktad. Si Renren pala yung bisita as Denzel Bowles pushes their lead back up to 11. Kagiwa through an H-bomb pick. Has it tapped away. Kagiwa finding Rudy underneath. Carving space. Hinagis na lang. Denzel Bowles for the rebound.
Size of B-MEG continues to be a problem para sa Barangay Ginebra. Napipilitan sila na kailangan tumira na lang sila sa labas because when they get in the paint, the length of B-MEG is too much of a problem. Iniilag nila yung bola at kung hindi naman nila naiilag, inasusupalpal sila.
At itong si Coach Shot Duncanson, patuloy ang paghugot mula sa kanyang bench. John Wilson ipinalit kay Mark Kagiwa as B-MEG goes to the 3. No good. Bowles once again keeps this possession alive para sa Llamados. James attacking the baseline. One-handed shot. No good on the result.
Again, same problem. Itong Barangay Ginebra can't get rebounds. You give B-MEG 3 attempts, you're lucky to have been able to dodge 3 bullets in a row.
Cortez spinning into the lane. Natapigan ba ni Joshua Urbistondo? Nananatili. Block na naman ba yun? O swipe lang, ano? As last touch was whistled on Urbistondo. Knockout play, John Wilson. Inabot ng foul ni Denzel Bowles.
Too many people talking to the referees for B-MEG. You do that, you give away points to your opponent. Dahil yung Barangay Ginebra nag-iisip. Lahat sila nakatingin sa referee. Quick inbound. Now you get some free throws.
Parang sa boxing yan eh. Basta inabot na bola, protect yourself at all times.
Yun na nga. Buti na lang, walang bola sa boxing.
Eh hindi naman nila maki-quick inbound kung hawak pa na ref.
Sabi mo, para sa boxing yun.
Oy, nanakawan eh, di ba? Ikaw naman. John Wilson.
Parang alam ko kung sino yun na ganun.
Si Ortiz, di
Si
ba?
Ortiz kay Mayweather.
Game on na eh. Parang sinabi ng rep sa boxing, game on. Eto, inabot yung bola. Kailangan dumipensa na, hindi na pwede magreklamo. Wilson goes 2 for 2. Coach Tim Cohn wants the clock takes over. 38-29, bumagal na scoring pero lamang pa rin ang siyam ang Llamados.
We're not in Africa. We're still in the Philippines.
Dito po sa trip na at walang tagong ganda ng mga probinsya, amin pong pinakikita.
My brother, he ate everything as usual.
Let's get wet and let's go scuba diving.
Unlimited diving. Bro, ang lakas ng dating mo.
Kakakwentuhan ni Aaron, Dom, and Renren at the half.
Ba?
Mamaya testing natin kung makakashoot si Chippy doon sa active court ng gamit mo.
Pwede. Tingnan natin.
Yakang-yaka yan. Denzel Bowles attacking Billy Mamaril as we return to live action. Yep. kontra Canaleta. Scooting into the lane. James Yap earns himself a trip to the line for 2. Pangatlong team foul yan para dito sa Gin Kings.
James Yap had 9 points in the first, pero wala pa siyang puntos dito sa second quarter. And it's not like his team has needed it. So far, the MO para dito sa B-MEG is defense. Look at what they've done to Barangay Ginebra. 29 points pa lang with 2:47 left here in the first half.
James Yap rattles home the first. Isa sa mga problema niyan dito sa Commissioner's Cup, shooting only 54% from that 15-foot line.
He's a much better shooter than that. Minsan nagkakataon lang, nagdidikit-dikit ang mintis.
This time around, he goes 2 for 2. 11 puntos na para kay Big Game. Wala nang 3 minuto natitira bago tayo bumalik sa active center. 40-29. B-MEG back up by 11. Cortez looking for Mamaril. Canaleta libre do sa kanto, sa kanan. 3-pointer on the way. Bang!
That's what they need. They need guys that can space the floor ngayon para sa Barangay Ginebra. They need guys that can shoot dahil lahat ng baba ng field goal shooting nila sa araw na to.
Nung huling 2 games ago, nung huli ko na-cover itong Barangay Ginebra, at the half, pagkatapos ng isang napakamalas na first half ni Kagiwa, nagpalit ng sapatos, nagpalit ng medyas, pati uniform pinalitan. Tignan natin, baka ganun din ang gawin dahil sa pagkamalas-malas na ginagawa niya. Pero baka lahat ng kakampi niya kailangan magpalit dito as they keep turning the ball over. Mike Cortez with a big block on Big Game.
All game long, ang nanunupalpal, etong B-MEG. This time around, Mike Cortez able to get the number of James Yap.
Nakabawi din sa wakas itong Gin Kings. James this time around over Hatfield. Pinubututan niyo ako sa loob, dito ako sa labas. 13 puntos na para sa kanya.
And every time nakikita ni James Yap, mas malaki bumabantay sa kanya. Parang mas may kumpiyansa siya. Kanina, Willie Wilson, this time around, Rudy Hatfield.
Big Game James kumota na. 13 average dito sa Commissioner's Cup. 13 na ginagawa dito. As Canaleta, same spot, same result. Para dito kay Nino.
Like we said, he just might be that X factor para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. They need a guy that can light it up quickly. KG Canaleta, 9 points in the second quarter.
And the first wave of that timeless chant reverberating dito sa loob ng Cuneta Astrodome. 42-35, baba sa 7 ang inahabol dito ng Barangay Ginebra.
Here's that block. Kanina, inihilag ni James Yap, pero hindi kumagat. Ito si Mike Cortez. And this is the upgrade. Having KG Canaleta play and be able to shoot. Kanina nagsimula sila Remember, it was Willie Wilson and Rudy Hatfield dinikit kay Mark Kagiwa. That means that you only have 2 shooters at best. Dahil ididikit mo si Mark Kagiwa kay Mike Cortez. Now that Canaleta is on the floor at that small forward spot, at least ngayon 3 yung shooter para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Able to space the floor much better.
Let's see how B-MEG responds. Just over a minute remaining sa ating first half. James with John Wilson switching on him. Turns around, wala. Rebound battle, Hatfield, Bowles, and Canaleta nagbakbakan doon.
And Rudy Hatfield, he has done a very good job on Denzel Bowles. When he's on the floor, napipigilan niya. Kahit bagya ito si Denzel Bowles, at least in terms of getting offensive rebounds, given the huge deficit that he has in terms of height.
Cortez going all the way around to Canaleta. Same spot na naman. Pangatlo na yan!
12 para kay Canaleta, all in this quarter.
Baba sa 4 ang abante ng Llamados. Hatfield with a steal. Canaleta nauuna dito kay Cortez. Mike Cortez over to Nino for another 2 points. What a performance by Nino Canaleta off the bench and the second wave of the Ginebra chant echoing through the halls of the Astrodome. Bowles kontra kay Mamaril, 5 to shoot. Bowles dropping it off to Rivas. At etong si Rafi, inabot ng foul ni Mike Cortez.
Denzel Bowles, now trying to get his. Alam niya naman, meron siyang advantage pagdating sa laki. As we look at this play earlier, Canto, KG Canaleta, that's 3 up, that's 3 down para sa kanya. 3 threes in this quarter. Quite a little bit of the high-flying Canaleta over Rafi Rivas. Total of 14-14 in one quarter.
Pag ginawa mo na shot chart si Canaleta, ang dali. 3 X dun sa kanang kanto. Pare-parehong dun niya ipinasok yung mga 3-pointer niya. So we have only 20 seconds remaining sa ating first half. 43-40, B-MEG up by 3. Barangay Ginebra on the attack with a chance to shoot for the last attempt of this first half. Cortez with 6 to work with. They go back to Canaleta. Nino against Tintal. Up and under. Nino in and out. And that'll do it for the first half. B-MEG managing to hang on to a 3-point lead, Jason.
This was B-MEG's quarter until about the 3 or 4 minute mark in which nakabutas itong Barangay Ginebra from the outside with their outside shooting. But all in all, you look at what B-MEG has done. They were the team that dictated this first half.
43-40. B-MEG lumamang dito ng hanggang 11 puntos kanina pero nag-init niya etong si Nino Canaleta. Ang dami nang ginamit na iba't ibang gwardya, minamalas. Si Nino Canaleta pala solusyon dito.
And they needed a guy that could hit that outside shot. And Canaleta, very hot. From yung kanto na yun.
Mula doon sa kanto sa kanan at siya ang ating makakasama dito sa ating halftime quick shot. Nino, parang doon ka nag-ensayo sa mismong right corner pocket na yun ah.
Hindi, the timing lang na open ako eh. So kaya yun.
KG, ang laki ng diferensya, no? When you're playing with confidence, yung tira nandyan. Is it because, alam namin galing ka rin dati sa B-MEG, meron ka rin ba pinapakita dito?
Wala naman. Kumbaga, playoffs time eh. So kaya, sino manalo dito, napaka-importante ng semis, outright semis.
Maraming salamat sa iyong oras, Nino, and good luck pagdating ng second half. It is still B-MEG leading by 3, 43-40. Wala pong alisan ng channel dahil si Chibi Caligdo ang ating makakasama sa Active Center on the other side of this gap.
My brother, he ate everything as usual.
Let's get wet and let's go. Scuba diving.
Unlimited diving. Bro, ang lakas ng dating mo.
In that second frame, talagang dun sumasandal ngayon itong B-MEG Llamados. Ito pa isa, Mark Kagiwa na naman, aatake dito. Bulls once again. Ang daming pamasahe binigay nito kay Kagiwa doon sa first half.
That's the start of that quarter. Daming supalpal, excellent defense at the part of B-MEG, but Barangay Ginebra nakaharap ng solusyon in the part of KG Canaleta and that 3-point shooting of his.
Big wind up para dito sa Barangay Ginebra to come to within 3 points of B-MEG here at the half. 3 of 4 from the 3-point line yan si Nino Canaleta at siya nagbigay buhay sa Barangay.
And quickly before we start the second half, in the second quarter is all about Canaleta with his 14 points. 3-point shooting, 5 of 9 compared to the 1 out of 7 para sa B-MEG. Definitely better in assists, but still, both teams shooting poorly. Mas masama lang para sa B-MEG with that 27%.
What adjustments do we expect pagtasok na itong third quarter?
I think right now, para dito sa B-MEG, they will know where KG Canaleta is because they know that he's hot para sa araw na to.
Denzel Bowles looking to get things started para sa Llamados. Finding Rivas underneath. Rivas wala pa rin doon sa cleanup niya. At ito na ang Barangay Ginebra kasama ng dalawang malaki, sina James Yap, PJ Simon, and Josh Urbistondo. Para naman sa Ginebra, we see Vroman, Kagiwa, Canaleta, Hatfield, and Labagala. Kagiwa Back out to Roman. 8 to shoot para dito sa Gin Kings. Roman inihagis na lang. No good. Sa kanya rin bumagsak yung bola.
And still, I don't see that aggressiveness of Jackson Roman dito sa laban na to. There, Rudy Hatfield being aggressive, getting those 2 points, though.
And that brings Barangay Ginebra to within 143-42. We got a dogfight on our hands. Third quarter to ng ating Manila Clasico dito sa Cuneta. Bulls kontra Hatfield. Nakita si James. Canaleta on him. Urbistondo. Attacking the baseline. Lalabas ulit niya. PJ Simon for a 3. Bang!
Good read para dito kay Josh Urbistondo. He got into the middle of the defense. Kailangan mag-react ng depensa ng Barangay Ginebra. Then he made the right decision, finding an open PJ Simon.
46-42. B-MEG back up by 4. Canaleta on the move. James Yap on him. Canaleta jumping over big game.
Mainit talaga. Mainit talaga. Ito si Canaleta sa araw na to. And when he's hot, he's very difficult to defend because there's not a lot of guys that is the same height as Canaleta and also has the same quickness. To be about 6'4" with that quickness, ang hirap bantayan.
Yung pagka-streaky ni Canaleta, talaga nagugustuhan ng team sa kanya. Ang inahabol na lang sa kanya talaga mula nung pa consistency. Pagdating sa game in and game out production. Bowles, his pass taken away by Roman. Bumulagta pa si Bowles into the first row of the stands. 5-on-4. Kagiwa on the move. Wala. Hatfield follows. Good.
Denzel Bowles actually fell dun sa play na yun. That's why it was a 5-on-4 situation para dito sa Barangay Ginebra.
Bowles a little shaken up pero ipinagpag lang niya. 46 apiece. Ikalawang deadlock pa lang ng ating laro. Yung huli nangyari, 2-all. Rivas over to Bowles. Gustong bumawi. Kick out pass. Urbistondo for 3. Bang!
B-MEG 1 out of 7 in the second quarter but has turned things around here in the third quarter when it comes to three-point shooting. Both field goals coming from three-point range.
8 points in the game para dito kay Urbistondo. Pull-up jumper, Kagiwa, too strong. Rivas taps it over to the fireball. Ito na naman si Urbistondo. 4 ang kalaban. Mag-aantay muna ng rest back dahil naging 5 pa yan. 49-46. B-MEG by 3. James kontra Canaleta will reset his post. Yap spinning into the baseline, finding a way.
Mas malaki ka ba sa akin? Walang problema para kay James Yap, looking into his bag of tricks and finding a way to score.
15 puntos na para kay Big Game. Roman, handoff to Hatfield. The H-bomb failing to explode. Pero ang bola mananatili dito sa Gin Kings.
And this is what I'm saying about the aggressiveness of Jackson Broman. Throughout the entire game today, has only attempted 7 times.
Roman handoff to Kagiwa. The spark back to Roman. Ito, umatake na si Jackson and action. Jackson delivers. 6 points in the game para dito kay Roman, but Barangay Ginebra will need a whole lot more from him. 51-48 lamang pa rin ang tatlo Alyamados. Rivas has it slapped away. Lamagala in a foot race with Urbistondo. Lamagala, hinabol pa ni Rivas. Kinalpo niya pareho yung dalawang Yamado.
And he had to make that shot because not a single Barangay Ginebra player went to trail that play.
51-50. Barangay Ginebra within 1 point once again. James with a one-hander. No good. Rebound Roman. Labagala, nakita si Kagiwa on the run. The spark going to the left side. Looking for Hatfield is fouled.
Medyo matindi yung bagsak doon ni Mark Kagiwa.
Mark the Spark trying to catch his breath. Sinalubog na siya ni Coach Shot Tankinsen.
He's actually bleeding. He's Mark Kagiwa.
Ayun nga, no? Parang boxer's cut. Tama dito ni Mark the Spark Kagiwa. The medics are now out on the floor attending to Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Tandaan natin kung sino mananalo dito, at least a week off bago magsimula sa semifinals. Pero kung hindi ka lulusot dito, ngayong Sunday kailangan maglaro na ulit.
And that's quick turnaround. And kung maglaro ka ulit, matalo ka dito, and you play in the quarterfinals, maiksi yung serye ng quarterfinals. It's just gonna be 3 games. Let's see what happened here dun sa reverse angle kung saan nadali si Mark. Oh, right there may have been the
Left-hander.
or it could also be the floor.
Oh. Sa ano mismo, sa hard
Magtama niya mismo sa sahig.
That is a big blow para dito sa Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings as the doctors and medical staff are all working to try and stop the bleeding dito sa mukha ni Mark the Spark Kagiwa. 51-50 ang ating score. Mark the Spark will be helped off this Cuneta hardwood. Nakita mo, daming dugo, no? Doon sa tuwalya. Ito ni Kagiwa.
And already depleted in that guard lineup. Nabawasan pa, at least for the meantime. Itong Barangay Ginebra as Mark Kagiwa goes to the bench.
Diretso na yata into the dugout. Ito si Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Will have to get treated. Mike Cortez ang pumasok para sa kanya. Action continues. Canaleta, the man of the moment para dito sa Ginebra, can't make that basket. James Yap with the board.
Right now, in both sides, referees really allowing good, honest contact at the post, be it Denzel Bowles kanina or KG Canaleta in that play.
Devance back on the floor para sa Llamados. Bowles making his move. Kinabot ng foul doon sa taga ni H-Bang.
Well, that's the problem para dito kay Rudy Hatfield. Actually, he was being allowed by the referees to body up on Denzel Bowles. Pero nung tinaga niya na, when he went for the swipe, that's when the referees called that foul. Gotta keep your hands to yourself and wag ka na manakim o try to really steal that ball at the very last second.
Denzel Bowles completes that first free throw. It's been a slow day at the office para dito kay Denzel. 7 points pa lamang ang kanya na i-contribute.
But yes, 7 points, but he has 4 blocks.
2 for 2 for Denzel. That's good enough for another 3-point lead para dito sa Llamados. Wala na pong 7 kalahati ang natitira sa ating third chapter. Labagala on the floor together with Cortez. They swing it over to Mamaril. 8 to work with. Cortez has to go. 4 to shoot. The Cool Cat can't get rid of PJ Simon. The Cool Cat finding a way, and Jackson Roman flushes it through.
Denzel Bowles is always gonna help. He's that shot blocker sa ngayon. Hinahabol niya yung mga tira ng Barangay Ginebra. Good job of Jackson Roman to trail right behind him and get that follow-up.
Devance, ayaw bunin yung tres. Gets it over to James for a 3. Bang!
Ended up being a good decision. But you look at Tetong as we see a steal here.
Orbistondo working double time dito sa Pasay. Getting a steal and a trip to the line for 2 shots.
Joe Devance actually passing up on that 3-point shot, referring to James Yap. And that doesn't happen very often. Libre na para kay Joe Devance. But in the end, it was a good decision.
18 puntos na para dito kay James as Urbistondo knocks in his 9th point of the game. John Wilson back on the floor. Naka 2 points to via that free throw line kaninang first half. Pinalitan muna sila Bagala. Good shot, looking for a little more size from that guard lineup right now.
Well, not really size, Magu, because the last play earlier, they were not able to get a good attempt up. And this time, after that, nagawan si Rob Labagala. So he's trying to change their point guard and try to find someone that can better run the offense.
Roman facing up against Bowles. Pull-up jumper. Jackson going glass. Napalakas. Devance for the rebound. 58-52. 6 mga bante ng B-MEG Llamados. Coming up on the halfway mark ng ating third quarter. James against Canaleta. Nakita si Devance!
Right now, James Yap has taken the challenge of this game. Earlier, a 3-point shot. This time around, able to create something for his teammates.
Timeout muna. Requested on the floor. 60-52. B-MEG. Abante ng 8.
Ang basketball sa akin ay buhay.
Siyempre, in-expect sa akin ng tao, parang consistency. In-expect nila, mas gihigitan ko pa yung nilaro ko last year. Yung family ko, yung nagpapasaya sa akin everyday. Kasi may baby ako ngayon, so parang binubuhos ko yung oras ko lagi sa kanya. Sarap pala na may feeling na may anak. Parang gagawin mo lahat para sa kanya. Makita ko lang sila na masaya, makita ko yung baby ko araw-araw sa yung wife ko. Kahit galing ako sa practice na pagod sa game, sobrang nakawala yung pagod ko pag nakita ko na sila. Sa lahat ng mga fans ng PBA, salamat po sa pagsuporta niyo sa PBA.
Tutok sa ating nag-aantay na mabati ni Kunsyal Jason Webb. Sirado di malibot sa Tacloban, batiin mo naman daw.
Pinasa mo na naman sa akin.
Si Big Bo Belga, batiin mo naman daw.
Sige. Sino pa ang dapat kong batiin?
Si Father John Patrick Kalimlim.
Sige. Sino pa?
Si Raymond Resurrection, batiin mo na rin.
Sige. Okay na.
Pwede na. Binabati kayo lahat ni Jason Webb. Lalo na si Boss Rado.
Good defense. Second time around that B-MEG able to get a turnover pagkatapos nila mag-free throw. Ginebra got to do a better job of just breaking that full court pressure.
61-52. B-MEG looking for another double-digit advantage. Bitin lang yung tira ni James Yap. Willie Wilson back on the floor, grabbed their rebound. Cortez kontra Urbis Tondo. They swing it to the right side with Willie Wilson. Hinahanap na naman nila itong si Kulkan. Pull-up jumper from the baseline. Cortez wala. Simon for the board. Urbistondo. Didiskarte para dito sa Llamados. Josh Urbistondo looking to lob it to Bowles. Denzel Bowles in no position for the alley-oop. And he's called for the foul. Si Cortez, ayun. Namumulat din yung kanyang braso.
Gas din.
The second team foul for the B-MEG.
So far, B-MEG, after a very good start and a good finish to the second quarter of Barangay Ginebra and a good start here in the third, they've again taken control of this game, getting back the 9-point lead at nanggagaling na naman sa magandang depensa nila and also finding a way and get open looks mula doon sa 3-point range.
Cortez had the door shut on him.
Sino ngayon ang titira ngayon para dito sa Barangay Ginebra? You look at Cortez, has to take the last 2 shots. He's looking for someone to actually help him in the scoring. Could be Jackson Broman.
Pero Jackson Broman was fouled on that attempt. Tutungo naman siya sa ating free throw line for 2 shots. Ikatlong personal foul yun para kay Denzel Bowles. Ako, mintis lang yung una ni Jackson Broman. Broman in the tournament shooting less than 35% mula sa 15-foot line. Delivers on the second. Wala na po 5 minuto natitira sa ating ikatlong yugto. 61-53, 8 pa rin ang abante rito ng B-MEG Llamados. Bowles meets the pass. Broman on him. Hinahanap nila ito si James. Big game. Nakita si Urbistondo for a 3. Doesn't work. Devance tracks it. Devance drops it off to Bowles. Both not tayo nabot kay Broman. Bowles pa rin. Rudy Hatfield finally clears it para sa Barangay Ginebra. Cortez over to Hatfield on the run. DH bomb. Kinaliwa. Mintis. Kanya rin. Rudy underneath. Rudy for a third time. Wala pa rin. Rebound ni Broman. And Action Jackson goes glass.
This time around, it's Barangay Ginebra nagpapakita naman ng lakas nila when it comes to rebounding. That said alone, they got 3 offensive rebounds.
11 puntos na para dito kay Action Jackson Broman. 6 pa rin ang abante ng Llamados. Urbistondo kontra Cortez. They look for Bowles at the post. Foul si Broman. Kanyang in-overplay yun. Pang-apat yan, Jason.
Napakasakit yan para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Not only are they already missing Mark Kagiwa, who we don't know if he's coming back right now, Jackson Broman also getting in trouble here dahil pang-apat niya na yan.
At para malaman natin kung ano nga bang status ni Mark Kagiwa, punta natin si Sel Guevara.
Alam mo, Magu, pagkatapos niyang mahiwa ng kanang talukat o aynud ni Mark Kagiwa, gusto pa rin niya maglaro. Kaya habang nasa dugout, tinitignan kung tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pagdaloy ng dugo sa kanyang mata nang walang tahe. Kung ganon, makakalaro pa siya. Pero kung hindi, kailangan na itong itahe at hindi na siya makakabalik sa laro nito.
Sel, na-confirm ba kung ito'y dahil tumama sa sahig o sa kamay?
Sa sahig, sa sahig.
Okay. Masakit nga yun.
Masakit. Actually,
kahit kamay masakit pero mas masakit lang yung sahig.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter kung saan ka tumama because nandyan tama. What they're gonna try to do right now is they're gonna try to put a butterfly on it. Yung tape, you can see ito tatama. Si Mark Agiwa, the super slow. Ayun. They're gonna try to put a tape on it para lang masara yung portion na yun. But if not, they're gonna have to take it for stitches. Yung tape na yun, magiging parang first aid lang para lang makabalik si Mark Agiwa.
Eh nga, binabalita nga ni Sel, nanggigigil si Mark doon sa loob ng dugout. Tignan natin kung ano nangyayari dyan. As Cortez goes all the way to the hole. Babasa apat ang abante ng Llamado, 61-57.
And again, another solid game para dito kay Mike Cortez.
Wala nang 3 minuto na ditira sa ating third quarter. Simon looking to get away. Pinagpag lang niya yung last line of defense na ito ni John Wilson. 11 points para kay Simon. Timeout muna para sa Ginebra.
Sexy, gorgeous, endearing. Tiyak na hindi nyo mapipigilan ang sarap. Samahan si Alex, Jobert, Boom at Aran sa nag-iisang show na for the boys only. Dito lang yan sa Usapang Lalaki. Bro, ang lakas ng dating mo.
Back with us inside the Cuneta Astrodome. Etong si Mike Cortez, isa nga sa mga tututukan natin para sa larong ito. Mula nung huling nakalaban ng B-MEG, tulad pinakita namin kanina, pataas ng pataas ang nagiging performance niya at 3 straight wins siya na yung TNT, Barako at Air 21.
And those were the 3 victories. The last time that itong Barangay Ginebra lost was actually against B-MEG when he only scored 2 points. So far today, another solid game. Gaya na nabanggit natin para kay Mike Cortez, 9 points, 5 assists. Dagdag mo pa dyan, 5 rebounds for the Cool Cat.
At lalo na ngayon na questionable kung makikita natin bumalik dito si Mark the Spark Agiwa. Ay kakailanganin nga mas bigatan pa niya ang kanya magiging produksyon. Mamaril with using one hand.
Yan ang bonus. You know, Billy Mamaril from the outside, double pump on the side.
How do you like the ceiling now? Barangay Ginebra, Mamaril, Raimundo, and Hatfield manning the front kontra dito kay Devance at Yancy De Ocampo. Intal nandiyan din playing the 3 position. Yancy in trouble, fading away. Yancy nakakuha pa ng basket doon.
And again, he doesn't play a lot of minutes, but here in B-MEG, when he does get those minutes, it hasn't been bad para kay Yancy. 4 points so far.
Cortez against Urbistondo. Going through a Mamaril pick. Cortez hesitates, kicks it over. Wilson for a 3. No go. Rebound. Hatfield battling. Etong si JC Intal. The ball will go to the Llamados. At nakipagsabayan si Coach Tim Cone sa laki dito. Pingris ipinasok para dito kay PJ Simon.
Ginawa niya. Gusto niya pala palaki. Mas malalaki yung mga player ko.
JC Intal sliding over to the 2-guard position now, Jason. 3-pointer on the way. Devance punches it through.
Just waiting for the right moment. Remember earlier when he had a wide open look, he gave it up. This time he could feel it. He's already in the flow of the game. Joe Devance again hitting an outside shot. Second time that he's at a 3-pointer.
9 points in the game para kay JDV. Raimundo kicks it over. Hatfield from the baseline. No go. Mamaril keeps it alive para dito sa Gin Kings.
Ginebra can't afford na lumayo dito ang B-MEG here in the last minute. For B-MEG, on the other hand, they want to be able to push, and continue this good run of theirs and bury itong Barangay Ginebra even more.
Intal on the move. Nilipat pa sa kaliwa. No good. Barangay Ginebra was in possession.
Hindi mo pwedeng iilag yung bola if you're JC Intal. If you think you're a high flyer, you have to come up strong. Wait for the whistle. Get fouled. Pag fouled, pag inilag mo, alam yan ng referee, then they're not gonna call it.
Wala kang benefit of the doubt, no? Dahil hindi mo naman sinaksak talaga yung atake mo. Raimundo over to Cortez to sa kanto. Cortez moving over to the wing, drops it off to Mamaril. Billy Moms with a jump hook. Bonus na yan. 4 points na nga para dito kay Mamaril. Baba sa 7 ang inaabol ng Gin Kings. Wala nang kalahating minuto natitira sa ating third quarter. Devan, stop Ricky. Against the Babu, they bounce it over to Intal. JC to Yancy. 15-footer doesn't work. Raimundo with the rebound. Tumatakbo si Cortez with 10 seconds remaining in the third. The cool cat going to the left hand. Gets the basket. May kasama pang foul. $11 points in the game para dito kay Mike Cortez.
For Mike Cortez, the scouting report is he's going to go left. Even if you know he's going to go left, that shot too good to stop para kay Mike Cortez.
Nakakagawa pa rin ng paraan no? Itong si Mike Cortez. Pero B-MEG will have the last say, or should have the last say of the third with 7.8 remaining.
Foul to give, Magu, para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Baraka.
B-MEG goes slow.
And he is fouled by John Wilson. Mark Barroca, very limited minutes so far in this game.
And he doesn't really get a ton of minutes kasi pinapansin, tinitingnan ni Coach Tim Cone, pag mainit si Barroca, ginagamit niya ng mahaba-haba. Pero pag wala, he's more than happy na ibigay yung minuto kay Joshua Bistondo.
Barroca looking to beat the buzzer. No go, and that'll do it for the first 3 quarters. 68-64 ang nasa ating talaan at the end of the first 36 minutes of action. Tutok lang kayo, the final 12 minutes ng inyong Manila Clasico sa aming pagbabalik.
Where can we find the chicks?
We have a lot of native chickens here.
Where's my barkada? Where's my boy?
Where's Tony? Serve. Block. Spike. Women will make a way. Ready to take flight and finish the fight. Witness another breathtaking season of the women's beach volleyball games. Catch it at these times. Only here on Chrome.
Yung isang papadala mong kombinasyon, token decks versus either Alaska o Barako. Yung kabila, yung mananalo dito kontra sa matatalo dito at Meralco. Mamili ka na lang doon.
Ay, yung tip mo pang genius Parang lahat naman ng tao, yun ay alam na yun
Baka sabihin mo, hindi ako nag-homework. Roman on the move is fouled. Tutungo siya sa ating free throw line for 2 shots.
Ito na, bawi na. Pareho na silang with 4 personal fouls right here. Remember how aggressive Denzel Bowles was to start this game defensively. You have to wonder if he can still be as aggressive ngayon may 4 na personals na siya.
Jackson Broman misses both, but he gets his own rebound. At magre-reset ng atake dito ang Barangay Ginebra. Canaleta with Yancy closing out on him. Wants to use his speed. Pumukol ng 3. Niño Canaleta buries it.
Minsan mapapaisip ka dito sa decision making ni Yancy De Ocampo. Had an open 3, inatras. Nakita niya si Yancy bumabantay sa kanya. You'd be thinking aatakihin niya, but not the case. He hits an open 3 or a 3 na may bantay.
Pang-4 na 3 na yun para kay Canaleta. Pero Yancy nakabawi naman ang 2 puntos doon. 74-72, just over 8 minutes remaining dito sa Cuneta. Roman on the move. No good. Intal with a rebound. B-MEG on the run. Intal over the pink. Nilabas kay Barroca para 3. No good. Roman looking to go coast to coast. Bibigay muna niya kay Cortez yung bola. Mamaril na iwan dito sa backcourt. Aantayin muna siya ng Barangay Ginebra. Ababu looking to settle things down. Dumaan sa pick ni Roman. They go to Jackson. Kick out pass niya. Natapik. Napunta pa rin kay Canaleta. Step to the left. 3. Not this time around. Barroca, nakita si Bowles. Ang bilis ng depensa ng Ginebra. Bowles, natrapiling. It was Nino Canaleta who pulled the chair from behind Denzel Bowles.
Ay na-expect ni Denzel Bowles, meron siyang mababangga pag atras niya. But KG Canaleta saying, whoop, ayoko nga. Ayoko nga.
Ayun,
Ay, may hawak na shorts na konti si Canaleta.
Naangguluhan naman. 74-72. Etong derby, B-MEG Llamados. Lamang pa rin ang dalawa. Cortez slices through. Nakita si Broman who 360 sa pass back to Cortez. Na force out naman. Sino? Si Bowles ba? Pag si Bowles, panlima to ha. JC Intal ang napituan. Look at everybody on both benches nakatayo na. Nasa Ginebra, mapa B-MEG. Everybody into every single moment of this game. James Yap napituan ng foul as he tried to push off against Canaleta.
James Yap fresh coming into this fourth quarter. He's been hot all game. But he's gonna have his hands full dahil nga sa init ng nilalaro nito si KG Canaleta.
Denzel Bowles pagpapahingayin muna ni Coach Tim Cone. Pagkakataon ni Jackson Roman pumorma. Canaleta over the Hatfield. Nakita si Roman for the two-handed jam.
Good ball movement para sa Barangay Ginebra. Denzel Bowles out of the game because of personal fouls. No major shot blocker right there. Especially kung si Roman yung umaatake.
Tabla na ang ating laro. Ika-apat na deadlock. Yancy at the post working against Broman. De Ocampo with Cortez and Atabu bothering him. Naipasa pa yun. Intal with 2 to shoot. Naputukan pa. James Yap delivers against the shot clock.
Looks like his shot clock has already expired.
And naputukan niya ng 24 itong B-MEG Llamados.
Credit that triple team nung nahawakan ni Yancy De Ocampo yung bola. Kaya naubusan ng oras itong B-MEG.
74 apiece. Wala na pong 6 at kalahati natitira. In this battle for second place, mananalo makakasama ng Talking Text in the semifinals. Matatalo makakalaban ng Meralco, Canaleta. Gusto, doon na sila sa ibabaw. 76-74, Coach Tim Cone forced into a timeout in the fourth wave of the Ginebra chant reverberating around the Cuneta.
Main reason why that's happening is this guy, KG Canaleta. First time around, Jackson Roman, 2 points via dunk. Too big, too strong, 2 points. KG Canaleta, too big, 2 points. All of a sudden, lamang na ang Barangay Ginebra.
Yes, yes, show. Halika na kayo. Nandito na ang God Show para sa inyo. Sa katatawanan, panalo na ito. Sumama na kayo, mag-Yes, yes, show!
Bawal maghalikan dito sa loob ng MRT.
Ako may alam yung MRT.
Ako may ari niyang hinahalikan, bro.
Oh, yes, yes, show!
Ano, sa Tagalog na right? Right din.
Yes, yes, show!
Halos evened out except for the blocks.
Dahil gusto namin kayong guluhin, si Jackson Roman yung puti, si Denzel Bowles yung pula. And so far, halos dikit ang laban. Main difference has been the 4 blocks para kay Denzel Bowles. Pero yung 4 na supalpal na yun, nanggaling yun lahat first half. We haven't seen a shot block since then mula kay Denzel Bowles.
Big risk with the leather. B-MEG now down by 2 points. Pupunta sila kay Urbis Tondo. 7 to work with. They go to big game. Canaleta on it. James with Nino all over him is fouled.
And you can see James Yap's eyes, in his eyes, and the way he's attacking. Nashutan mo ako kanina, Canaleta. Pero ako naman ang aatake sa'yo. If you're gonna give me a hard time defensively, papahirapan rin kita pag ako nasa offensive.
James comes up a little short with that 3. Here comes Barangay Ginebra. And reports from the dugout are hindi na raw makakabalik si Mark Aguilas. Roman changes direction. At doon sa ilalim si Ababu, inabot ng foul na itong Llamados.
It is physical. dun sa ilalim. If you are in the paint, you have to be strong underneath. Dahil talaga nakikita natin, solid na nakikita natin banggaan dun.
Canaleta already with a tournament high 21 points for himself. Gets it over to Hatfield.
And here's the thing. Barangay Ginebra is playing big right now. You have Dylan Ababu at that off-guard position and then KG Canaleta at that small forward. Ngayon, nakikita natin Pingris nilalayo nila or nilalagay nila kay Canaleta. So, there will be one small guy guarding a big guy pag dumidepensa ang B-MEG.
Urbistondo with 5 to work with. Looking for Bowles, 3 to shoot. Bowles, nahuli pa ni Canaleta. Or was it the help defense? 78-74, Barangay Ginebra goes to Broman. Gets the basket! Action Jackson delivering the goods para sa Gin Kings.
Second time out para dito sa B-MEG because right now, Barangay Ginebra on an 8-0 run.
And this is the biggest lead of the game para dito sa Gin Kings. After being down by as much as 11 points, abante na sila ng 6. Timeout muna para sa Llamados. As we take a look at that last couple of sequences, Bowles napitawan lang yung bola.
Have to be able to stay strong. On the other hand, Jackson Broman, no Bowles, no shot blocker, at least no one that he thinks na kaya sumupalpal sa kanya. That's why he went strong right there.
30-second timeout was requested by the B-MEG Llamados. At nawarningan pa si Coach Tim Cone for continuous complaining. Barangay Ginebra looking to grab one of the 2 outright semi-spurts for the first time since the 09 Fiesta Cup.
Tagal na rin, ha? Tagal na rin since they've been on top or having one of those free passes sa semifinals.
At kung Barangay Ginebra fan ka, inaasam-asam mo yan dahil si Mark Caguiwa pinalitang hindi makakabalik dito, may tama sa talukap na mata. You will want that extra week of rest para sa kanya. Urbistondo, nakita si Bowles. Denzel has it swiped by Broman. Pingris is there and cleaned it up.
Mark Pingris always around the basketball. Kahit na nawala yung bola, dun sa kanyang kakampi, his hands are always ready, gets his 2 points.
Just over 4 minutes remaining dito sa Cuneta Astrodome. Cortez pulls up for a 3. Bang!
Just like that, itong Barangay Ginebra is a different team than what we saw in the very first quarter. Yung kumpiyansa nandito na sa kanila. In the first quarter, they couldn't hit anything even if they threw it in the ocean. This time around, halos lahat ng binabato nila pumapasok na.
Lahat na rin ng tao doon sa bench Ginebra nakatayo. Dito sa B-MEG, nakasalampak na sa kanilang mga upuan. Broman with a steal. Cortez will control it over to Hatfield on the run!
And another timeout para dito sa B-MEG. They can't seem to find the solution kung bakit uminit ng bigla itong Barangay Ginebra.
Cortez with a big 3-pointer. Tapos sa kabilang dulo, it was also Mike Cortez finding the H-bomb. And this Barangay Ginebra crowd is turning Pasay into Barangay Pasay.
Sa feeling na yon, doon mo maramdaman ang buhay.
Wow! Borderless adventure here on Bro. Bro, pangarap mo bang maging instant celebrity? Gusto mo bang makita ang iyong talento sa TV? Pues, dito na ang sagot sa inyong mga pangarap. Sige TV's The Buffet, the one na makaing show para sa lahat ng gustong sumikat. Hosted pa ni na Edu Ibazeta and Jessica Mendoza.
Siguradong mabubusute dito.
This is the Watch All You Can Sige video show.
Super fresh content from Sige TV.
Served hot and always cool.
This is The Buffet.
Be the star of your own show only here on Bro.
Ginebra. Less than 4 minutes remaining sa ating Manila Clasico from the Cuneta Astrodome. Pingris against Broman na may muwersa. Pingris ng Alabaw. Broman and Pingris getting entangled in midair.
And that's just a very aggressive Mark Pingris, able to get a good result dun sa atake na yon. Let's see this once again. And he actually traveled.
Twice.
He actually traveled.
Twice, I think. Mintis tuloy yung kanyang unang free throw.
But in the end, if you're B-MEG, you have to wonder, may katagalan na ng huling nahawakan ni James Yap yung bola. What about PJ Simon? These were the guys that were ultra effective in the first half. But here in the second half, hindi na sila nakakahawak ng bola, and they've been their main guys when it comes to scoring.
Mintis pareho para dito kay Ping. Tuwan-tuwa yung dati ng coach na si Coach Alchua. Simon with a steal.
And this is something that actually B-MEG can do. You look at that lineup, para dito sa Barangay Ginebra, yes, Mike Cortez can bring down the basketball, but if you're able to deny him, neither Dylan Ababu or KG Canaleta are guys that are comfortable bringing down the basketball and setting up the play.
James misses on the three. Cortez with the leather, just over 3 minutes remaining. Canaleta nakakita ng puwang. Hinahanap si Hatfield, taken away by Big Game. Orbistondo over to Simon on the other side. Nakita si Ping. Simon steps back for a three. Wala. At sa rebound play, foul si Denzel Bowes.
It's just a work day para dito kay Denzel Bowles at saka kay Jackson Broman. Grabe yung trabaho na ginagawa nila sa araw na to. You know, it's gonna be the two of them trying to get rebounds. You can see Denzel Bowles holding the right arm of Jackson Broman. Called for his foul. Panlima na. Lima-lima na sila pareho.
Problema si Broman continues to struggle from that 15-foot line. 1 of 6 so far in this game. Make that 1 of 7. James Yap with a big rebound. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Siyam ang inahabol ng B-MEG Llamados. Orbistondo for 3. No! Broman for the rebound. Cortez will go out on the run. The Cool Cat finding Canaleta. Huli, pero merong foul. And that would have brought the house down, Jason.
Barangay Ginebra able to turn good defense, turnovers, misses into fast break opportunities. Mike Cortez again doing a great job bringing down the basketball at nilalibre guys like KG Canaleta. But again, you have to ask. Si PJ Simon, nakita na natin kanina, nagkaroon na ng pagkakataon tumira. But James Yap, unable to find a way to get a touch of the basketball itong second half natin. And more importantly here in the fourth quarter. We talked about him coming back at the 7th minute. He would be fresh. Pero hindi mabigay ng bola sa kanya.
You can see the disbelief mula doon sa bench ng B-MEG Llamados. Eto na, natabla ng Ginebra. Biggest lead of the game, 11 para sa kanila naman ngayon. Simon hesitates, turns it over. Broman on the run. Gets it over to Canaleta. Nino underneath is trapped. Nakaramdam ng foul, inihagis pa yung bola.
Just too many turnovers right now para sa B-MEG. Hindi sila nakakakuha ng attempt dahil tinatapon nila yung bola when it comes to turnovers here in the fourth period. A total of 7 turnovers sa quarter na to.
Canaleta adding to his tournament high total. 24 puntos na para sa sarili niya. Previous high, 8 points dito sa Commissioner's Cup.
Yes, and remember first quarter, I said, this is a guy that could be the X factor para sa Barangay Ginebra. When you have guys coming down, Mark Kagiwa, JJ Helterbrand unavailable, you're hoping these guys like KG Canaleta, na yung sinasabi mo, consistently inconsistent, will have their day kung saan uminit sila on a day like this.
James starting to shoot blanks as we approach the 2-minute warning.
Here's the difference. You look at that shot of James Yap. Pilit na dahil ang tagal na nung huli siya nakakuha ng attempt.
Dylan Ababu makes it a 15-point ball game with just exactly 2 minutes remaining in this contest. At makikita mo sa body language, sa facial expression ng magkabilang koponan. B-MEG deflated, Barangay Ginebra, everybody up in their energy.
Astigman at malakas ang dating, pakikiligin ka pa rin ni Aga Mulak at Joyce Jimenez.
Sa likod niyo mga.
Lasing yata to! Ha? Esquerto! Hoy! Anong ginagawa mo dyan? Ha? Ha? Pinupunin ka si ma'am.
The Body and the Guard, ang romantic comedy na swak sa panlasa mo. GR Olympics.
Big scoreboard right now. Barangay Ginebra able to find that finishing kick. On the other hand, B-MEG started out very well and just totally got derailed in the process of getting into the fourth quarter.
And is this the white flag of surrender from Coach Tim Cone? Berger now on the floor. Sama mo pa si Val Acuña. If they cannot turn this around, they gotta play Sunday.
I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to actually figure this one out. Magu, they're down by 15. Denzel Bowles, PJ Simon, James Yap, Joshua Bistondo, guys that play major minutes for his team, already on the bench. He could see that natanggal sa kanila yung momentum. It is swung squarely on the side of Barangay Ginebra. And it's time to change the personnel. Look at James Yap. Ganda na simula, 9. Tapos nagkaroon siya ng 4-5. But in the fourth quarter, where he came in at about the 7-minute mark, I believe he only had 1 attempt at the basket, or at most 2. They could not find the basket in any of those 2.
And Jason, looks like our quarterfinals cast is about to be set. Etong Alaska, alam na natin makakatapat ang Barako Bull this coming Sunday. At doon sa kabilang bracket, ay yung mananalo doon makakatapat ng Togetex. At dito naman sa kabilang bracket, it looks like Meralco will be taking on B-MEG for the right to go up against Ginebra in the semifinals. Best of 3 ang ating quarterfinals starting Sunday. Game 2 nun will be this Wednesday, Holy Wednesday. Tapos Game 3 if necessary sa Easter Sunday. Magbe-break muna tayo come Good Friday. Under a minute remaining para sa isa na namang makasaysayang laro sa rivalry na magkaribal na ito. As Barangay Ginebra is sitting on a 13-point lead. And the biggest thing about this win para sa Barangay Ginebra, bukod doon sa semifinal seed, makakapagpahinga yung Mark Caguiwa.
Yeah, but I don't think that's so important for Mark Caguiwa. When you get something like that, pag naputukan ka, you can play the next day. All you have to do is lalagyan mo lang siya ng tape. But at the same time, I think for everyone, I think it's more important for guys like JJ Helterbrand, who needs some rest right now, who's been unavailable. Maybe for guys na nabugbog na. Remember, they had to win their final 3 games. And all that pressure, not really physically, but mentally, na kailangan day in and day out, hindi ka matalo. I think that's what they need rest from. On the other hand, B-MEG, right now, they have to turn things around quickly because it seemed like they were headed for a top seed the entire time, and all of a sudden, ngayon lalaban pa sila dito sa quarterfinals.
Barangay Ginebra will just hold till the final buzzer. 93-84 will be our final score. Masusungkit ng Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings ang ikalawang automatic semifinal seed. 4 consecutive victories para sa kanila to close out the Coms Cup at nagdugay na ng buhok yung dati mong coach na si Coach Alchua.
Right now, everyone in the Barangay Ginebra camp obviously feeling very good at what they have accomplished. It's been 2009 since huli sila na diretso sa semifinals. But, you know, the job is not done for this team. There's still a lot of things to fix. On the other hand, like we said, B-MEG, quick turnaround. Importante kaagad ang laban nila in the quarterfinals. short series is something that they have to remember ang mangyayari dito.
So mukhang gaganda ang tsansa ng Barangay Ginebra na makarating na naman sa finals. Something they did last season dito rin sa Commissioner's Cup.
Yes, it looks like it's following the script, no? Yun nangyari nung huling taon. Pareho ngayon.
At ang ating best player of the game, may tanong ba ba? Tatanong ba ba? Nino Cañaleta, a Commissioner's Cup fight, 25 points para sa'yo. Parang may sumapi sa'yo doon sa stretch na yun. Pagka wala ni Mark Agiwa, ikaw talaga nagdala na laban.
Naging ako, kumbaga parang Boy Scout. Ready lang, ready.
KG, ano ba talaga? We know with your role dito sa Barangay Ginebra, sabi mo nga, lagi kang ready. And what have you been doing throughout this whole process na minsan nga hindi ka nga nakakita miski isang minuto?
Nag-extra work sa practice, gano'n. Minsan sa mga teammates ko, niyayaya ko sila mag one-on-one, gano'n. Like si Billy, si Enrico. Nag-one-on-one kami sa practice para hindi mawala yung timing namin.
So kayo, advance na kayo sa semifinals, no? So waiting kayo. Sino ang gusto mo makalaban? Gusto mo ba ulit makalaban itong B-MEG pagdating na semifinals?
Sana, pero kahit sino, basta depende sa preparation namin. Basta doble hard lang talaga sa game.
So B-MEG o Meralco, makakatapat nyo pagdating sa Best of 5 semifinals. Pagkakataon mo ng bumati at imbitahan yung mga galamay ng barangay para supportahan kayo.
First of all, thank you kay Lord. Binigay niya akong lakas para sa game na to. And then thank you sa fans ng Ginebra, and binabati ko yung mami ko and sa girlfriend ko and sa mga babies ko. Hi, I love you.
Congratulations once again, Nino Cañaleta and the rest of Barangay Ginebra.
Pero sa mga babies ko, hi.
May S yun, May S. Eto, kumpleto na yung ating playoff cast. Talk and Text Barangay Ginebra, dediretso sa semifinals. Pero dalawang matinding banggaan ang ating matutunghayan. It is gonna be the amazing Alaska Aces taking on the Barako Bull Energy in one.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Kailangan ng patnubay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Mga pangyayari kaliwat kanan, balita maghapong di inatrasan, tumutok at makialam. Magandang gabi po at sa mga kabarkada at kababayan natin sa North America, Middle East at Europa sa Bro Channel ng TFC.